Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Friday. Friday's the day of the week we turn to the BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, hey guys, vote us in a map. And they've gone with this one. Originally a request map, this is 100% vanilla. And it feels it, and it's held back by it. So if you play this map, I would recommend... I'm not going to recommend which one, but I would recommend going with a custom theme and or even a custom theme mix. Play about with Theme Mixer too. But you can play this one. If you like this map as vanilla, play it as vanilla because it's not going to let you down. It's pleasingly slightly different. Yeah, with some interesting shapes, and you can still get a decent sized city on here as well. Inspired by a portion of Rio de Janeiro with an extra island for fun. We do have fun over on BonBonBingo, link is in the description, and there's absolutely no fun to be had, zero fun to be had through this. So, because you're a boring lot, I highly recommend clicking that like button. It does help me out. I have fun. Thank you. Now, today's map does have a pronunciation guide in the description. It's, as far as I'm concerned, Nova Búzios. But I'm sure Portuguese followers will be screaming at me for ignoring the pronunciation guide. They should start square. You might want a little bit more land in the start square, but it's going to do. It's definitely going to get you started. Plenty of buildable space on the map as well in terms of flat land. Resources are good and strong. Zero complaints with the resources on today's map. And if you've got Sunset Harbour, you want to do some fishing, it's a bit speckled. It's a bit speckled. We've got most stuff though. Yeah, where's the tuna? Who needs a tuna? Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, there's no DLC required because, and there's no assets required because. Oh, there's the pronunciation at the bottom. Local pronunciation guide for English speakers. NOHVA as it, open O as in shore. So Nova Búzios. I'm going with Nova. I'm going to anglicize part of it because it just doesn't sound. I'm sure that's not right. Nova? Sure, Nova? No, it can't be. It can't be. Anyway, one thing it can be is the vanilla European theme. Yeah, because Rio is in Europe. Listen to that. There's no harm in that. And frankly, the European theme, as far as I'm concerned, is infinitely better than the tropical theme, which is probably the one which most people would have gone for a Rio build. So anyway, yes. Oh, sorry. Nova Búzios by uunagrim. See, I'm failing in my job, aren't I? My self-appointed job. Yes. Sorry, uunagrim. If that's anywhere near how you pronounce your name there. Anyway, where were we? Yes, so vanilla European theme, I would say, was a correct call. If you're going to go with a custom, a vanilla theme, that definitely is going to work better than the tropical. Tropical, I mean, it's got something going for it, the tropical theme, but it is there compared to this one. We've got where are we? We've done. Oh yes, the LUT. You want to know the LUT? You already know the LUT, don't you? Is it realistic? Yeah. Is it version 1.2? Yeah. It's both of those things. Anyway, yes. So let's get serious. Okay. So we've got a peninsula. I'd say a 1-to-1 scale peninsula from the Rio area with an extra island put in there so that the 25 tiles has got a little bit more space to build in, and I credit that. It's when you see the islands, you're going to say, well, hey, if you're going to put in an extra island for extra space, surely you want it to be buildable space. And it is a little bit lumpy, but it's lumpy in the same way that the rest of the map is lumpy. It fits. It absolutely fits. I mean, I did the whole thing with, in fact, my last two major project maps, St. Catherine's Point, where I added a big flat island out of the 25 tiles. And on Bonbon Island, I am a medium small island for an airport. Again, just off of the shore. Again, just for a little bit of extra space, because I was aware that was going to be a struggle for space on what is basically a volcanic, well, basically a volcano. The island is a big volcano. So yes, I applaud the realization that maybe the map could use a little bit more space to build on. I think it was a good decision. I think it was a right decision, and I think it fits with the rest of the map. And if that's what we're trying to achieve, then we've achieved it very well. The standards of terrain work on the map are okay. They're okay. There's nothing horrific about this one. There's nothing really jaunting on the eye. Nothing, like I say, that a custom theme wouldn't fix. The vanilla wishbone intersection there. And we'll head down towards the start square. We've got that on the directly ahead, slightly on the right there. You'll see those big cliffs. That's the edge of a plateau, which I find quite interesting as well for breaking up the shape of the build. If you play on this map, it's going to be an interesting build. Not a hard build, not an awkward build, but an interesting build. It doesn't lend itself to a big grid city, but maybe some small gridded areas would work quite neatly here. And we've got a lot of rivers, which again, the rivers don't feel truly realistic. In fact, I would say the map is, I would even go so far as to say the map is a fantasy map, but not in the extreme sense that some fantasy maps just like push all the boundaries. Now this one has got a few fantastical areas. Like there's a water spawn point on the edge of the map, which we'll see in the second half of the show, which is, it's not realistic. So yeah, I would say this falls into the fantasy map genre. We're heading up into the start square area here. The start square actually carries on from the end of the highway, so that highway is just sticking its nose in. Now with the rail, we have got the double rail line. This has been done so that we can keep the freight separate from the passengers, which is a very valid reason for doing it. I also like the way that the catenaries align even after the bends. That's good work as well. The thing with this, the one part of it I don't really buy into 100% is, right, so we've got, let's say, the passenger line on the right and the industrial line, the freight line on the left, but both continue all the way up and through the start square. So we're entering the start square area here. What I think we should have done is have a peel off. Oh, it's overhanging. You know what, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, maybe have the passenger line peel off at this point so that you'd have your passenger stations here, because it's definitely an industrial area that both these lines run into. Why would we have the passenger line running into the industrial area? Maybe so people can get to work. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Ooh, trees on the... No trees on the line either. Do you know what? I think this is a bit of a winner. Anyway, around the corner into the industrial area where we find everybody's favourite factory, and we find time for an intermission.
Have you ever wondered why the traffic AI is so bad in this game? Why do all those cars all want to use the same lane? Then you need BonBonB's Guide to Traffic AI. Click the information button now.
And so back to Nova Búzios by uunagrim and shipping routes. We have one that does a full loop there with shipping triangles of that island, and then we have shipping triangles here. It's a good set of shipping routes. Is it finely polished? It's not. But the thing with shipping routes is you don't really notice it. So if you haven't got anything too clunky and the ships aren't doing anything stupid, you're not noticing it. So yes, if you want those finely polished shipping routes, they're not there, but they are more than adequate. Water flow doesn't really matter. We have got both sides of an isthmus here. Isthmus? Merry Isthmus to you. So yes, you could pump from one and draw from the other and it'll be fine. Map as a whole, again, it's very vanilla, but do you know what? While it's clunky, it's almost charmingly clunky, I think. I think it's the polite way of saying it's kind of ugly, but in a planned and designed way. Yeah, I'd go with that. Plenty of buildable space up here, away from the middle, with some interesting watery shapes as well. The one thing this map definitely has a lot of, though, is lighthouses. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up there, up on the end there, 7 on the top there, 8 right there, 9 right here, 10, 11, 12, that's 12, okay, we're up to 12, 13, 14 on the top over in there, 15, 16 in the distance, 17, 18, and 19. I'm sure I missed one because I counted 20 earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 20 lighthouses, and even with all those lighthouses, would you believe it? Would you believe it? There is always one shipwreck, isn't there? Ah, the essential lighthouses, aren't they lovely? All 20 of them. Oh, that's a meme and a half, that, I'll tell you. Anyway, so yes, definitely good use of those. Loving the idea of the footpaths. See, we've got a footpath here. We've got a footpath on this island over here. And we have a footpath on this peninsula. Except they're not footpaths. They're not. They are the trenches. Now, I can't work out what this is about. I really can't. Are they meant to be footpaths? It's more like a freaking marble run, isn't it? One of those marble run things. Oh, if only marble runs were a thing in Cities Skylines, eh? That'd be freaking amazing, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, obviously, it's a silly idea. City builder game. Silly idea, but somebody's got to come up with it. And then if we come down here, we have got not much of a castle. Ooh, there probably was a castle. Plenty of waterways going on, nothing with any strong water flow, but again, enough to break up the shape of your city, and just to make it pleasing. Just to make it a pleasing build. And just imagine if you got your custom theme on the go here, what it would look like. Because it'd look a lot better, because the vanilla water is like, yeah. That's that plateau I was telling you about. We'll be building up there with a nice overview of all of this area. Plenty of buildable space there. Oh yeah, this fantasy water spawn over here is implausible. We've got a little down ramp there, and also the waterfall as well. A down ramp? Is there such a thing? Anyway, yeah, it's an interesting shaped map, and not in a silly way either. While we're down this way, we've got something in the start square we should make out by our old friend CHECO. It's a MILOW bowling. I'm guessing this is a bowling alley rather than a bowling store. A bit small for a bowling alley, so maybe it's a bowling store. I don't know. Also a Forever 21 here, but also, does it really need to be the proper size for a bowling alley? I don't know. Anyway, factoids, because factoids, as we're based on Rio, why not? It was January 1502 that Portuguese explorer Gaspar de Lemos, hopefully got that close, first arrived in Rio. Legend has it that they were sailing through Guanabara Bay when he came up with the name for the city, mistaking the bay as the mouth of a big river in January. Rio de Janeiro, January River. Today, some historians dispute the theory, arguing that the Portuguese were too skilled as sailors to commit such a mistake. However, the word for river meant bay back then. Regardless, anyway, the name has stuck. MILOW Bowling by CHECO. Today's asset of the day. That's very nice work again, CHECO. Thank you so much. And thank you to the Portuguese sailors for discovering Rio, or discovering the area where Rio is. What a location. And what location for a map would you want to build here? I think I would. Let's find a location for that thumbnail. While I'm doing that, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. I think that'll do for a thumbnail. what do I think of today's map? Well, I like it. I like it. Aesthetically, again, it's held back by the fact it's vanilla. I think this would actually pop a little bit with custom, but it is actually very heavily held back by the fact that it's vanilla for aesthetics today. I'm going to give credit for 3. I'm going to give it a 3rd star because I feel the design is in place. Yeah, just though, low 3. Detailing, there's not too much wrong with it, but there's also not too much to sing about either. And plenty of lighthouses. That's detailing. Lowish 3 stars. Gameplay potential. Do you know what? I feel this is pretty playable. I'm not excited, but I am interested. And it won't let you down. I think let's go for a high 3. It looks like it possibly is a 4-star, but anyway. Nova Búzios by uunagrim. Búzios. Nova Búzios. I'm actually gestating. Help. I'm gesturing with my hands at Nova Búzios. You can't see it. Oh, my life is somewhat of a nightmare. Anyway, if you're here, use the words of the day and not like me. Into the comments, score yourself some population points just for fun. I don't know where to go. I need Christmas. Bring me Christmas.